So 969, you're here with Loz and Nigel for part 2 of the Morning Ramble.
Our exclusive chat on the YouTube channel. Love
That's
doing
right.
this, and we can be a little bit more loose. And, the first part we talked about the wagon wheel. I have completed eating the wagon wheel. It was delicious. I'm going to put some Facebook photos up for it soon. But, yeah, my throat's all croaky now because I've been eating the food.
Well, what I want to talk about is something that you said when you were at Henley on Todd.
You want to go into the topic?
You were emceeing the event. Well, I wasn't going to, but then you've said the word loose a few times, and it keeps reminding me that when we were at Henley on Todd, so you and Renz were emceeing, Peter Shea, who works here at the station, and myself, we were in the VIP area.
Yeah.
And you were talking when you were emceeing the event about your drag queen name being Lucy Buttons.
That's right. And Peter Shea called me Lucy Lips.
Yeah, Lucy Loose Lips.
Lucy Loose Lips.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind.
I thought was hilarious.
I thought it was funny.
And, I mean, correct.
Yeah.
Because the reason she came up with that is because just before you said that, you were saying things about P. Diddy at a family event, a family community event. You were talking about, well, if P. Diddy can bathe in baby oil, he can bathe in Maxim.
But
Maximus, which is the drink that was sponsoring the event.
Number one, we said at the beginning, Renz and I said, leave your political correctness at the gate. So we said that at the very beginning, and we said it a number of times through the day.
That's not politically correct, though. Talking about P. Diddy bathing in baby oil has nothing to do with politics.
Well, yeah. No, but political correctness has nothing to do with politics either.
No, I know that, but they are not the same thing.
But anyway, so for me, if you want to go straight to the issue at hand,
yeah.
That would have been way over the head of every kid listening. Like most kids would not have. They would have gone, "Oh, he likes to eat free skin or something." They wouldn't even understand. So the only people I understood were the adults. Therefore, the family part that you say is absolutely irrelevant. When
you said it, I was like, he didn't. So that's why I texted you.
It was a bit of fun because
it was fun.
A few people tried to make it more than it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I thought, people from your VIP tent came over and said, "Oh,
no way!"
But I reckon it's because it was just when you blow something up and people go, oh my goodness. But, even...
I didn't hear anyone else say it in the VIP tent. I didn't even think anyone heard it. I just texted it to you.
Yeah. But look, from my point of view, it smelt a little bit like a stitch up, like you've got to go and say something to the... Because someone came up to the thing, some lady came up who said she was in the bar in the VIP tent.
Oh, really?
And she said, we're all very upset about it over here in the bar.
Really?
Which it's exactly what we'd expect of VIPs.
Really. It definitely wasn't a stitch up from me because I would have
loved it if it was.
I only knew
it was hilarious.
In the VIP tent it was just me and Peter. Like I wasn't sitting with anyone else. No. And we were sitting
So we're talking about Henley on Todd
spot.
for those who've just sort of tuned in. Henley on Todd, the VIP tent. Loz sat there at $160 a ticket and
it was great.
enjoyed canapes or canapes.
Canapes.
And hors d'oeuvres.
Yep.
Fish and chips, little mini fish and chips.
Yeah, it was really, really good. But no, I didn't know anyone else over there.
Well, look, for me, I thought it was hilarious. I thought, imagine that. Loz has gone to all the trouble of sending someone over to Winch. So we had some lady cross the river to
I love that you just assumed I did that. No, I didn't even know.
I thought it was a good stitch up. I was patting you on the back.
It wasn't me.
You should be taking the credit.
Yeah, but...
Shaggy, it wasn't me.
But it really wasn't.
It wasn't me.
I didn't know anyone else over there.
You knew no one in the tent, but was Peter Shea in the tent?
Yeah, it was just me and her. That's what I mean. So me and Peter were just sitting, we had our own little 2 chairs, and we were just sitting back relaxing. I wasn't with anyone else.
But look, from my point of view, and I chatted with Renz as well about it, it would have been way over the head of most people.
Of course it was.
Because if a kid's listening, even a kid's listening now, they're not going to understand any reference. Like he bathes, it's good for his skin. Baby oil's good for skin. You know baby oil's good for skin.
It is.
Why do you think you give it to babies? It stops the nappy rash and all that sort of stuff.
I know. And at the time, the only reason we even brought it up was because
you thought it was hilarious, didn't you?
Also, straight after that, you started talking about Lucy Buttons, and then Peter was like, more like Lucy Loose Lips. And I was like, that is gold. I'm texting Nigel right now.
And I appreciated the feedback. I really did. I thought it was quite funny. And we mentioned it on the microphone too.
Yeah. You did.
Yeah.
I thought it was even more funny when you were calling for me to go up there and just nothing happened.
Well, no, because I got the crowd calling for you, didn't I?
Yeah, but no one. So when I said it was
I got
just
them
me,
cheering, Loz, Loz, Loz.
I know. But when I was saying how it was just me and Peter in the VIP tent, it really was like we were on our own. So no one there. Like people kind of when you started doing it, people were kind of
They're all
looking
looking around.
around.
How good's that?
And I had a wide brim hat and sunglasses on, so I just pretended I was looking around too.
Incognito, were you?
So I just pretended I was looking around too. I was like, "Where is this, Loz?" Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's good fun. I mean, the power of the microphone, it really is powerful. But for me, you know, if you're going to do something at a big event like that, where the kids are kids, they're not going to understand it, and the parents and the adults, a lot of them are, you know, you've got backpackers, you've got people from all around the world.
Of course.
It's got to be larrikin. The whole idea of the Henley on Todd to me, and it just, we can say this, we're not on the radio now. It's a larrikin event.
Of course, it's a boat race with no water.
It's come from a history of larrikinism, and in fact, I think it's more politically correct now. Of course, I reckon when it started, it probably there's talk that they had nudie runs and everything.
Really?
I don't know, but
well, there was the budgie smuggler race, which was pretty close to a nudie
and
run.
how good was that when I told everyone to take their tops off and they did?
Yeah, I know it was.
I mean, you liked that.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
As a spectator.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm not going up there. I'm sitting back.
Now, if
enjoying
I'd said that
this.
to the women,
That would have been probably.
see how it's different.
It is different.
Mind you, women do have, you know, different tops on. They wear a bra and things
Obviously, but you know what? Talking about that,
but they could have just taken their top and
I don't even
run around in a
think
bra.
the reason that is like an issue. I say issue in quotation marks there, is because society has made it an issue. Because,
Yeah.
for example, women, if they show too much of their top online or something, it gets like banned.
Yeah.
But what's the difference? If I don't care, what's the difference?
Look, to me, this is just from a male perspective, and obviously, but you know, we've all got a chest.
Yeah.
I've got man boobs.
There you go.
I'll admit it. I can admit it on this forum here. I've got man boobs, and you know, for me, some women like that. Some women hate it.
Yeah.
You know, man boobs. But then if I walk around with my top off, I know women who've got smaller boobs than me.
Yeah, but all of it. But they can't.
Exactly.
Oh, it's like what is the difference?
What is the difference? And in fact, my grandmother, she died in the 90s, but she was in a different era, of course. And she used to say, "What's wrong with little kids running around naked, having a swim in the creek, in the river?" Like kids always did that. No, there's nothing. It's what we think that sexualizes it.
Exactly.
It's our minds that sexualize it. It shouldn't be a problem, but it is a problem. Mm-hmm. But, you know, nudists have been around for a long time. I'm not a nudist, I'll tell you that. I like to cover up. I really do. I don't like to take my top off ever.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. But it should be a personal choice, not a choice that is taken away from you based on what society thinks. It's the same with women breastfeeding in public. So many people get so upset about that. It's like, dude, they're feeding their kid. It's not
I
a
have
sexual
no
thing.
problem with that at all.
It is
And
not sexual. And if you think it's sexual, then that's on you. That's a you problem,
Well, there's
man.
been all those discussions, having like doing it in Parliament, remember?
Yes.
All that sort of stuff. I think I'm all for restaurants, Parliament, wherever you want to breastfeed, you're feeding your kid, goodness gracious, it's nature, it's natural, and all this stuff going on about, like, as I said, I don't want to take my top off, but if somebody else does, like we've seen those art displays, you know, where there's 1,000 people get naked for a photo on top of a building or whatever. What's his name? Was it Banksy or one of them?
Yeah,
It's not one of those people. I don't know my art, but the reality is that's okay. Or the nude bike runs when they're protesting.
Yeah.
You know, if people want to take their clothes off, your body is your body.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm not trying to be new agey or anything, but it's up to you what you want to do. If you want to run around naked, however, you can get in trouble for running around naked.
Exactly.
You can get a fine for running around naked.
Indecent exposure.
Yes, indecent. But then all of these things happen in public sometimes, where protests and so on, and no one seems to get arrested now anymore. Mm-hmm. So I think we as a society accepted that you can be nude. You can't at the football. You can't run out in the MCG.
No,
but
you cannot.
But perhaps if you run out in the MCG, that's the issue, not so much because you're naked.
Exactly. I also think that the majority are coming on board now with things like breastfeeding in public and stuff like that. There is just still that minority. I still remember a good friend of mine years ago, she'd just had a little baby, and we were out having a coffee. It was one of her first times leaving the house. Baby started to completely lose its mind, and she's like, I need to feed this kid. And she started stressing because she couldn't find a place to do it where no one could see her.
Privately,
yeah. And I was like, are you like... I was trying to establish, is that a you thing? Like, you don't want you're uncomfortable with anyone seeing you?
Yeah, well,
and she's like, no, I don't care. I just want to get this kid happy, but I other people have said something to me before. So she was trying to cover up. And I was like, no. Let's not worry about other people's comfort
Well,
right now.
Would she have been comfortable doing
She
it?
ended up, I told her to. So she did, and baby was fine. No one said anything.
Yeah.
I was ready. I was like, if anyone says anything.
It's a funny situation because men, men, let's just assume it's men who are interested in women, like to see a woman topless. It is something that turns them on. I get excited by that. But then if I see a woman with her breast out feeding a baby,
it's just
it doesn't do
right?
anything for me. I'm sorry to say it. Well, maybe I'm happy to say it because it doesn't do anything
No, because
for me.
it's a woman's body doing what
it's designed to do.
Designed to do and nourishing her child.
However, if I'm with a partner or whatever and she takes the top off, I get excited by that.
Exactly.
That's just
Exactly. So that's what I mean before when I said when something like that happens, it's not the person who's, say, feeding their child. If you're upset with it, then that's a you problem because you're sexualizing it.
Exactly. It's all in the mind,
Exactly.
I think so. Interesting topic. See, we can be quite free on this.
We absolutely can. And on that note,
we've got to go.
That is the part 2 of the morning ramble done for another day. And part
no baby
1,
oil.
No baby oil. And part 1 will be back tomorrow at the end of the morning scramble.
Sounds good.